I ended up being in hostels that started using drugs. Basically just felt worthless, and I felt as if they thought I was worthless. I wasn't worth bothering about.
I started volunteering when I was 19 for a soup run in Edinburgh, and I met quite a large chunk of the homeless community there who sit in the city centre begging for rent money for cigarettes.
Carboniferous was a really interesting time in Earth history for a whole range of reasons. One of them is to do with the different kinds of animals that appeared and plants that appeared during that time, including the reptiles amongst the vertebrates. They weren't particularly important. They became important later on with the dinosaurs and so on, but they appeared during that interval. It was a time when forests really got going on Earth.
The fossil grove has been designated as a site of special scientific interest by the Scottish National Heritage. It's the oldest example of conservation of a geological site.
Every kind of rock tells a story. Here we've got two kinds of rock, the mudstone in the building that's entombed these trees and turned them into fossils.
Good afternoon and welcome to this edition of City Chats. Later we have our discussion with our two guests, Maggie McCain and Mark O'Neill, but now we pass over to the news desk with Blair.
Because of the influx of people charged over last month's riots, the prison's watchdog for England and Wales says Nick Hardwick said gang activity was growing, with more young people joining for their own protection.
You've got more money to spend on tellies and e-books and, well, it's the 21st century, get a grip. That's what I say.
Yeah. Okay, there's also, do you think the staff... Yeah. Well, that's all we've got time for today. I'd like to thank our wonderful guests, Maggie and Mark, for our interesting discussion. And I hope we'll catch you for another edition of City Chats. Good afternoon.
What is it?
Hot sauce. It isn't blood at all. And his hands are tied.
Meaning?
Meaning this isn't a suicide. We have a homicide on our hands, Detective.
Homicide? That doesn't sound right at all. Hey, wait a minute. Why are the feds investigating this case?